What's good, everyone? Today I'm going to be reviewing Terrifier.
The first one, not the second one. That comes later. But right away, we got a huge improvement over All Hallows Eve, Art the Clown's previous appearance. Everything about it is better. The effects, the acting, the sound. Even the sound was a huge problem in the first movie. And it's not perfect, but it doesn't sound like ear cancer anymore. So that is a huge improvement. Big improvement there. And the weird part is, according to IMDb, the estimated estimated budget is way smaller than All Hallows Eve's, and it doesn't seem right. All Hallows Eve had like a $500,000 budget, and Terrifier had a $35,000 budget, according to IMDb. I don't know if it's accurate. It says estimated. Either way, this is an extremely impressive movie for the small budget it had. Of course, you got to talk about the incredible gore effects, the great kills. There's like there's like two kills in this movie that aren't memorable, and at the same time they're memorable for how completely unmemorable they are in a movie like this. It's like the final kill of the movie is completely off screen. He's just like reach out, choke a guy, and it just goes off screen. It's just I guess he died. And it's just completely dull kill at the end in this movie of memorable kills. Like if someone gets his face stomped in, obviously there's a scene with the saw where she gets cut in half. All the kills are great, no question about that, except for the one bad one. Of course, this time we get David Howard Thornton as Art instead of Mike Gianelli, who played him in All Hallows Eve, which I think they both do a great job. But David Howard Thornton does a great job. He's really good in this role. He's Art. He's creepy, but he's also like funny. This movie is surprisingly funny. It has a lot of humor in it that I think works. I've heard other people say they don't think it's so funny. I thought it was funny. Like the girl goes up to Art, takes a selfie with him because he's not responding to anything, just like staring at the other character. So she just goes up to him, takes a selfie with them, and then Art kills her later and takes a selfie with her corpse. I bust out laughing at that. That was hilarious. But not just David Howard Thornton. This movie's acting is a whole step up from All Hallows Eve. None of them are quite as good as him, of course. None of them are great actors, but it's a improvement from All Hallows Eve that I appreciate it. It wasn't distracting how in any way. It was acceptable. It was perfectly acceptable. Of course, this time we don't have an anthology film, so it's one full story, and it didn't feel like they actually had one full story. When I say I don't think they had enough story for a full movie, I mean the main character dies in the middle of the movie. And we get one of the more, not shocking, but surprising kills because of how simple yet effective it is. We get the return of Art's Glock. You had a plain pistol on All Hallows Eve that he just shot someone with. You're just like, I don't want to deal with you right now. I just want to get to main character person and kill them in a brutal way. And in this movie, the Glock makes a return. Except it's how Art kills the main character. He kills the main character right in the middle of the movie. She's like, I'm tired of dealing with you. I'm just going to shoot you in the head like 10 times. Like, he shoots her in the head like twice. And somehow she doesn't die. I don't know. I think, well, actually, didn't it graze her? I think it grazed her in the head or something. Um, but then he runs out of ammo after shooting it like 3 times, movie logic, of course. Um, but then he just goes back to his gadget sack. He has a whole trash bag full of full of torture weapons, and he just finds one magazine. I don't know how that didn't get lost in there, but he like jams in his pistol, runs all the way back to her, just to shoot her in the head like 10 more times after she should already be dead. But I really appreciated the return of Art's Glock. I thought that was funny. But yeah, they killed the main character halfway through the movie, and then you get to the second half, and I thought it was pretty close to the end. I'm like, oh, I guess it's ending soon. And when the main character died, I'm like, oh, this is only go for a little while longer. But it turns out it was like halfway through the movie, and they just keep giving excuses for more characters to show up for Art to kill just so we can watch people die because they ran out of plot. And they didn't entirely run out of plot, but they basically ran out of compelling plot, which was still just a big reason for Art to kill people, but now it's just kind of meandering around stomping people in the head. So for that reason, I would bump the score down a little bit of this movie just because it they had us in the first half, not gonna lie, and then they lost me in the second half. This movie is bookended by this faceless lady. It was really confusing because we get to the at the beginning of the movie, she like kills the actress who plays the babysitter in All Hallows Eve makes a return. She's a completely different character in that. She's like a news reporter or whatever. But apparently the beginning of this takes place after the end, and this faceless lady is all messed up, kills the news reporter lady, jams her eyes in, and then title reveal, and it's completely irrelevant until the end of the movie, where this lady in a wheelchair is there, and she turns around and she has no face. So it's the same girl from the beginning of the movie. And I'm like, I don't know what that was all about. And then I went to the internet and I found out, oh, it's the final girl of the movie. She survived, and now she doesn't have a face because Art took a bite. That happens. Art bites this girl's face off. So yeah, it wasn't entirely clear what the bookends of the movie were to me. So that could have been polished up a little bit. And it just seemed kind of weird and unnecessary. Like, why would this girl just kill someone who kind of called her ugly? Like, that's it. She just sneaks into the back room, jumps out of her closet, gouges her eyes out, and then like why? And after he takes a bite out of her face, the police show up, and then Art like, oh, is he gonna get caught? Is he gonna brutally reverse police brutality them? But no, he realizes he's outnumbered, outgunned, and he shoots himself in the head. He's dead, or so we think. And then he's taken to a morgue, and the lights are flashing, and we get a hint of the magic that I do believe comes up in Terrifier 2. I haven't seen that yet. It's coming next. And he's revived, and he strangles the doctor guy off screen. So, interesting ending. Second half of this movie isn't as good as the first. That's definitely holds it back. They needed to find a reason to keep going, I think, with the main character. That about sums everything up. If you liked All Hallows Eve, you're gonna love this movie. If you like Terrifier 2, which again I haven't seen, then you'll probably at least like this movie. I really enjoyed it, even though it sounds like a little more negative because of the second half, but I really enjoyed the first half of this movie, and it's not like I didn't enjoy the second half. It just kind of felt pointless. It's just maybe they realized, oh, we just want to have fun with the kills, and I did have fun with the kills, but then there was some weird stuff. That's right. There was that lady who is kind of insane that like lives in the sewers or something, and her and Art like have a hug, and Art pretends like she's her mom or his mom. It was weird. I don't know what that was about. They could have left that out of the movie. That whole character, it was weird. And then he kills her and wears her skin. So, but yeah, there's a lot of fun stuff, a lot of weird stuff. This I would give maybe a 6 or 7. Well, probably not 6. Probably a 7 or 8. I haven't really made a definitive scoring system yet. I'm not certain about that. But I go positive on it. I recommend this movie for horror fans. Well, that about does it. Thanks for watching my review. See you next time.